morning, good morning. Daddy Chris is here again from London. This is SRTV London. And it's another beautiful day. It's a Tuesday and everybody's looking warm. It's a beautiful day in London and I know it is happening out there as usual. I'm here for the beautiful Good Morning Show called Wake Up Nigeria. And as usual, my people are ready, they are excited, and they are prepared. Today we have it all packed full. You're going to see a lot happening in the country. Unfortunately, some of them are not good news. We got the story of yesterday. I think we're still following up. It's still in the news today. The killing of our soldiers. And and the unfortunate reprisal, of course, is not unexpected. Also, we'll take a look at what's happening in Lagos State. The food distribution is ongoing and it's impressive. As usual, let me not waste your time. Before I say I do, let me introduce you to the wonderful women. Normally, Princess is there. Princess, how are you?
Good morning, sir. I'm
Morning.
very fine. Thank you, sir. How are you, sir?
We're good. And also, that is Princess from Delta, SRTV Delta at the moment. And here is Abuja women. Hey, why are you people so low this morning? Okay, what kind of hairstyle is this? Wonderful.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. You guys are enjoying. All right, let's get on with the business of the day. It's a beautiful day, and a lot has happened. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
I would like to hear, Princess, what is still going on in Delta? Just before we jump into some of the dailies, is the situation better? Is it calm?
Yes, sir. Good morning once again. From the update we're getting this morning is that first of all, I got update from the governor's visit yesterday to that community, and even though they were not allowed to go in except the governor and very few persons, because the military is saying that everybody that needs to go in require a certain high level of clearance to go into the community. From what I gathered so far, the governor went there. He went in as well, and it got to a stage. Even the few people that were allowed to go with him, but a particular place, others were not allowed to enter. Just the governor, and so and as well the media was not able. No cameras were allowed and all that, and so we're not able to get the images or videos from that place. But the governor, at a certain point in time, the governor was allowed to go in alone to a certain area of the community. And of course, I did ask this morning, why have we not heard from the governor? It's been over how many hours, and they said when it comes to very sensitive issue that could, incite the people or the public, we need to tread carefully. So maybe the governor is just being careful. That was the response I got from them this morning. And of course, I did ask as well if there's calm in the community now. Can people, even the indigenous, go back? And they say no. The fact that the president, Tinubu, gave order that these people should be brought to justice, and the way he said it, we all saw it, and so that the governor does not even have the power to stop the military at this point. They are there and they are still doing what they are doing. And in the course of that, they went to a certain Bayelsa community yesterday, trying to track others, according to them, that they are tracing people there. A certain community, a lot of people were brought down as well. People died, even the innocent as well. They died. I spoke to a guy there yesterday that some of these people that were killed were actually innocent. They've been in the community. People know them, that they are peaceful people. And at the end of the day, a lot of people were dead also in that Bayelsa. It just south yesterday, last night. And so far, sir, we've not will I say, okay, maybe Okoma community, I don't know, but it's not a place that anybody can access right now, because even yesterday the governor, not all the entourage that went in, just very few persons with the governor. Like I said, at some places in the Okoma community, others were not able to access except for the governor. And so I'm thinking that there's more to this. And of course, going to the community, on another Bayelsa community yesterday, trying to track people or whatever and killing more people is something that is more worrisome at this stage. And like one of the national security top guys told me here this morning, that the order of the president is what the army, at this point, nobody can stop them. They will have to do whatever. Even the governor does not have the power to stop them. And lest I forget, yesterday we did brought Blessed Ugere, the national president, youth wing UPU, here on our show. And he did say, even this morning, he told me that the army did deny. Well, I've not seen a press release to that effect, sir.
Okay. Well, I'm sure a lot is going on. It's like the army have now crossed to the other side of the community for more attacks. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are joining us, okay, we see SRTV Edo. Princess, how are you? Can you hear
Hello, good
us,
morning,
Princess?
sir.
Morning. All right. Okay.
Yes, I
You're
can.
welcome.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear
Thank
you.
you.
You're welcome. Yes. All right, Princess. I think we still want to hear a little bit from this Edo side. You are from Delta. You're telling us that the governor was allowed in. He came out and he said nothing. But what kind of what does the president order include the governor from addressing his own people? That these are his observations. We should stay calm. I mean, a word from the governor will mean a lot at this stage. What is going on?
Me, sir.
Yes, I'm over to you. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So that was exactly what I asked this morning, last night, and this morning as well. That it's been up to more than 24 hours. We've not heard a thing, a release, or press conference from the Delta State governor as regarding that visit, that crucial visit yesterday. And then they were all saying, of course, I'm not able to access the governor myself, but the people I spoke to, both the SSA media and of course the security head here, they are saying that some issues are not issues the governor will want to rush and come out and speak. I said, but no, we know that it's a very dicey issue and a very tough situation, but we still need to hear from the governor. He went there yesterday, and up till
Yes.
now, not a word from him.
Just to say calm
He
down,
has.
everything. Yes, that it's unfortunate situation. We should all calm down. The military are doing their job. The government. That's what the governor should do. We're not expecting him to go and say, "Let us go and fight," but he should be able to tell us at least, "I've been there. The situation is this and that. You people should be calm." Without a word from the governor, where are we? So we're just going to wait, and the people we get. In fact, for now, there are two sides to the story. And even okay, let's leave the governor aside because it's like that guy is. We're going to have another day to answer his issue. But let's look at it again. Is it true that the military have now crossed to the Okolo because there are two sides now, the Jos side and the Urobo side? I think they're most done with the Urobo side. Do they cross to the other side? Do they still have enemies there? Were those supposed to be part of the killing of the military?
Okay. Okay, sir. The funny thing is that, can you hear me?
We can hear you loud. Yes.
Yes, the funny thing is that they didn't go to the Okoloba, the other community where there is crisis between these same people that are having crisis with these Okoma people. They went to Bayelsa State. Let's not forget that this community that has been having this communal crisis are in Delta State, right?
Okay.
And
Yes.
so it's just a Robo speaking part and the just speaking part, but all in Delta State. But what
Okay.
was seen as of last night, like I said, they went to Bayelsa State, a certain
Oh,
community in Bayelsa, tracking people
stay.
shooting as well. And then they
Oh,
went to Boromotu community, where a lot of people, you saw the images yourself, sir. They are
I
not
can
something
share.
we can even put out here. And then
Hmm.
a lot of people lying down dead. It's actually a massacre, if I'm allowed to use that word this morning. In that said community yesterday, that is the southern Ijaw part of Bayelsa State. And now that is not the same people having crisis with this Okoma community. They are even far from these people. But the head of security told me this morning that they went there tracking, just because the president actually gave them the order, to do whatever it takes to bring down or max these killers. And so they went there, apparently looking for people, maybe they are military intelligence or whatever. But on the process, like I said, a lot of people were shot, a lot of people were killed. And you saw those images yourself. Of course, I spoke to a guy last night from there that said up to now he's throwing up. The sight is horrifying. Their mothers, their children, the young women, some are being raped on the process as well. And the whole thing is so terrifying, sir. I don't know how we'll be able to stop, the military at this point, or to beg them to do the right thing. You must, on the process of trying to uncover the truth, a lot of people are going down. And let's not forget that a lot of young people, as of yesterday, also were arrested. And these community heads here I spoke to are not even finding it funny anymore at this point.
I mean, we know what's going to happen here. If you're walking on the street now, if they see you, If they choose to pick on you, they'll just throw you in the van and you're one of them. And that is what you do when the president gives this kind of order. We agree that what happened is wrong, but I don't know about the approach. I want to always refer to what happened in Gaza. Yes, what the Hamas did was wrong, but when Israel came out and their bullets or their bombs were touching on innocent people, the world did raise some concern. And I think we are here at this point. We are allowed to raise concern that the killing might be too much at this stage. The president might want to reconsider his language and maybe ask them to tread with caution, look for the right people rather than killing innocent Nigerians. We are all Nigerians. No blood of any single Nigerian is lesser than the other, and we should treat it as such. I mean, it's a sensitive issue, but I'm not going to be afraid to say my mind when the time comes. But let's see how the story unfolds. The image of the military.
And sir, the problem this morning I even gathered is that we are even scared. Is there going to be fair hearing? What of the innocent people now that you carried away, that have been arrested? Knowing fully well, these are not the people. Not like we're sure, but I'm saying that, the killers will not, like I will always say, they will not be there waiting for you. Princess did say yesterday that these are high-level machineries that were used to commit this crime. And they're coming to carry, one palm wine typer or one farmer, one fisherman, one bicycle repairer in the name of trying to uncover the truth is something that I still cannot imagine, sir.
All right, let's see. I know we're going to go into the stories and see what is going on. Anyway, over to Edo. Edo, we understand that you people are preparing for your election. You are in court cases, but you still have some good news yesterday. You have a new deputy governor nominee for your APC. Is that right? Give us some of the updates with your election one.
Okay. Calm has returned. Normalcy has returned to APC for now. Calm has returned. Honorable Dennis Sidaosa has dropped his court case, and he has been chosen to be the running mate for the APC. We just also got some news. Earlier, we had heard that the SSG would be the running mate to Aswen in PDP, but we just got some publications yesterday that from the National Working Committee PDP that they have not chosen anyone to be the running mate, to be a deputy for PDP. So right now, the only balance that we have now is in APC. We have resolved, and then there's all calm in Labour. There's all calm in Labour and others. So it's just PDP we are waiting for.
I'm just finding it interesting. Does Labour even have a chance? Do they have a campaign? Are they on ground? Because it's like after the presidential election, there's no more Labour in Edo State. I'm confused. Is this how you people do things over there? Eh? You guys have the worst.
Labour was it was not really Labour. It was the obedient thing, not Labour per se. So it was the obedient thing that was everywhere, because in many local governments there was no structure for Labour till now, no structure for Labour on ground. So it's just that obedient vibe where young people came out and all that, people cross-carpeting between parties because they just wanted to have that particular individual. So right now, Labour has to work. They have work, and they have a loud candidate. It's not a pushover name. They have a loud candidate. So politics, as you can say right now, things are still unfolding. No one is a pushover.
Yes. Well, I don't understand how the Labour, the obedient movement, especially Peter Obi, to have done the job alone. He's going to need governors. He's going to need people in the house to help him do the job. And perhaps this is the time to begin to prepare him. It would have been difficult for Peter, because with this kind of people partying now, what was Peter going to do with them? With the party scenario, they're going to give him. In fact, they'll be thinking of how to impeach him, because it will be too tough for them. They've impeached Peter before as a governor. I know that. You understand? Because when he doesn't play the ball, so perhaps this time, if you guys ever wanted a good governance, it's going to start from the grassroots. And perhaps we were thinking that the obedience was so high in Edo, we would have expected that maybe they should have think of it as the team begin to elect governor. Anyway, who am I to say? You people are the heartbeat
The
of the
thing is,
nation. Just yeah,
Edo is not a Labour Party state. It is just like I said, it's just the obedient movement that was all over the internet. It's not
yes.
really a Labour Party. It
No,
was
it
just
was
the
not a matter
obedient
of
movement
internet. They
because
won. They won. So it's only by
they
internet.
want
People
they
saw the
want
meeting. Yeah.
no, sir. That election happened twice. You had election for
Okay.
the state and you had the federal election. So that
Yes.
obedience thing, that craze for obedient, it only was
Was for the
seen
federal.
during yes, it was seen during the federal elections. When it came to where it mattered most, where it concerns what will happen on your streets, what will happen in your schools, there was nothing. Everywhere was silent. They didn't even come out to vote. They
Anyway,
didn't even come out to vote.
like I
Mm.
said, you guys are the heartbeat of the nation. We are watching you beat the heart whenever you guys so we will be watching. But hey, we are proud of
This
you.
election,
Okay.
this election is going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
I know.
Labour is going to push over anyway.
Of
They have
course,
a good
I can.
candidate.
I love the rhythm. I wish I don't like I said. I don't want to play the rhythm. I watched the rhythm and I was enjoying it. And I said that is a campaign slogan. Anyway, Abuja. I found out that you people got a new PAM secretary behind you yesterday. Is that true? Swearing
Yes,
in a PAM secretary, and you make so much noise for swearing in a permanent secretary. What happened?
you said. So I said
Uh,
what?
you, you have a new permanent secretary. There was a big ceremony at your behind you yesterday
Yes, sir.
at
Yesterday,
the FCT.
Wiki and his next, Dr. Maria Mahmood, they swore in their chief of staff and then permanent secretaries, commissioners of civil service, and the rest of them. So there was a swearing ceremony yesterday, sir. I just hope for the best.
Okay, so anyway, the FCT is like a state of its own. So Wike is appointing and appointing. Or who does the appointment? I don't understand it. Does anybody understand that, Princess? How do the FCT work? Do they? I'm talking Princess from Edo. You have a little bit more experience with the FCT. Do they appoint commissioners? Because I understand it's not a full state, but sometimes you see it as a full state. How does the administrator of the FCT operate? Who are his arms of government?
He has decided to have a permanent secretary. It's kind of like a state. They have other local development councils. They have other. It's kind of like a state. So, and Wike is kind of like another governor there. So,
Yeah.
if he needs people to work with, fine. It's just that we like drama a lot in Nigeria. We like drama, funfair. So, if somebody gives birth to a party, somebody passes on with party, somebody is appointed party, somebody is removed from office with party. So,
I agree. I
yeah,
saw.
yeah.
Actually, my question was going to Princess Delta because she stayed in the APC, stayed in Abuja a lot. What I wanted to say, I saw. So just to support what you said, I saw a young boy who is appointed as as a SA to the governor of Delta State. When we know he's not going to do anything, he went on Thanksgiving, and I was saying, what kind of Thanksgiving are you doing? He gathered his village people that there's a Thanksgiving. I've been given an appointment. For 200,000, you're gonna be paid. You see how funny these guys are. I can tell you, he's been useless since he got there. You understand? They God help us. Yes. Any experience with your stay at the FCT? How the place actually is governed? Because when I heard that celebration yesterday, I was wondering what's going on there.
You know, different minister with different way they do things, sir.
Okay.
And we know Wike very well that Wike is a loud type. Naturally, whatever Wike does, even way back in River State,
It
there has
makes no.
never been any dull or calm moments with Wike.
Yes.
It has always been loud. And of course, maybe, FCT being, the federal capital territory, maybe Wike is trying to, create a niche for, for the people to feel more carried along because the indigenes as well, the baggy people speaking parts of Abuja have always complained that they've not been carried along. It's just about the state house, the presidency, even the minister don't do things. So I think they've been craving for when they will see part of like within the state, but there is something like another part of it governance that will focus more on the indigenes, the
the
people
indigenous.
itself, instead of just the national, national Nigeria. And so maybe that's what Wike is trying to do. Whatever happens, I'm still going to find out. I'm not very abreast with that issue, sir.
No, I think I agree with these people because they don't have the right to elect their own governor. So they don't. It's only the federal. The federal is what governs them, which I think
And,
is going
and,
to be
and,
disputed.
and you know, sir, that there was a time, in fact, they've been having series of court cases with the federal government. They also, we know that that issue is still lingering. In fact, for as long as I've lived in Abuja, over 10 years now, that issue has been in court. The Abuja indigenes taking the federal government to court, and maybe we should try and bring their president here.
Yes,
And they've always feel left abandoned, not being carried along. It's just about Nigeria, Abuja, the presidency, not the indigene, the people. And so there was a time they were actually yearning to be part of the governance as well, at least take one
yes,
person from within to be the FCT minister, not a stranger coming in. And that
exactly.
was that was a debate they had in court some time ago. And so, but over prior to now, we've seen that they have never been any minister from within
From there,
the Federal Capital Territory. That was always been from the north, the south, or any other place. Or maybe Wike, Wike is very close to the traditional rulers. We all know that he came in, the first thing he did, the first project was to buy over 150 cars for all the traditional rulers in the community, saying that's a way to curb, it will be more easy when they all have cars. And so when something is happening, they are able to reach out to him or to anywhere. I don't know what that move was all
that's
about, though.
wicked. Mm.
We did that program here some time ago. So maybe that's a way of trying to, carry the people, for the people, the ordinary citizens there to feel, like they are part of the system. I don't know. Like I said, I will still get to that story.
All right. Well, we're going to look at that, but nobody can dispute that the people at the Federal Capital Territory, they are not really carried along because obviously they don't have the right to elect their own governors. Every other part of the country have their own governors. They look into their own affairs. But it's like whatever happened at the FCT is about the federal government of Nigeria. What happened to the people? We have indigenous there, and I think they have a case. Anyway, we have an activist in our midst today, activist Kevin Eju. Oh, well done, sir. Only your red cap alone, sir, speaks a lot of volume. You're welcome to the show.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
very
We
much.
have with us we have with us activist Kelvin Ejumodu, National Secretary, Human Rights Protection Congress, and also the State PRO Committee for Defense of Human Rights, Delta State Chapter. Good morning, sir. You're welcome.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, beautiful ladies. Good morning,
Wonderful.
esteemed viewers.
Wonderful. Well, and I'm sure you are in Delta State at the moment, or even if you are not, a lot is unfolding. We saw the shameful killing of our military men, but again, our people, our military men, the president has given a free hands for the military to do what they can do, and I'm sure they're doing so. What is the position of the human rights as per your organization? Because I think every human rights person in Nigeria should be worried when the president say go and do anything and bring people down. And what if they don't do it the right way? Well, there must be limits. Can you see that, sir?
Well, first, I would like to extend my condolences to the Nigerian military over the death of their officers. And also, I also like to extend my condolences as well to the youth, the civilians who also lost their lives, and to our mothers, our sisters who have been displaced by the burning down of their houses by the military as a way of the reprisal attack. Having said that, it's imperative that we must have empathy for people. The president, the governor of Delta State, they have not shown empathy to the host community. Their statement, their press release was one-sided. It's as if we are in a military dictatorial administration where the constitution is set aside. Whereas we are in a democratic rule where they have sworn an oath to protect every individual in the country, irrespective of your creed, your ethnic nationality, and political affiliations. But the president's statement was harsh, and hasty, only giving empathy to the military. The governor at yesterday as well gave empathy to the military, and none of them gave empathy to the host community, to the youth who lost their lives in the community, to our mothers and children that have been internally displaced through the repeated attack by the military. And this speaks volumes that as a people, we must learn to tolerate one another going forward. And I think in this regard, the both communities have been living in peace proud before now. The Okoloba community, which is just speaking ethnic nationality, and also the Ukwama, which fall in the pressure of Ugeli South local government area of Delta State. So this issue has kept tongues waggling and teeth also gnashing. A lot of questions that we as right activists are asking. Who gave the order? What prompted the peace accord? Who were the parties? The police is the lead agency in charge of internal security. They weren't carried along. The area commander Ugeli, the state commander Saba, the DPO to Jeremy, they were not in that peace accord. The traditional rulers were not part of the peace accord. The clergymen, the president general of both communities were not part of it. I've not seen where only the military invades the community in the name of going for a peace mission. So I think there's a lot that needs to be unraveled. Then the president giving the order to the military to investigate their own matter, I think it's a misplaced priority. The military should arrest and hand over to the police for thorough investigation and prosecution. Not the military going for their own arrest and also doing their own investigation activities. Their emotions will take a better part of them, and we won't get the best out of the situation at hand. That's my submission, please.
Well, first time I hear somebody able to speak on this issue from the human rights point of view, and it's a very sensitive issue, and I want to thank you for that. It takes courage to say what you have said. I almost got to where you say now this morning, but I had to mind my language. Because at the end of the day, there are two parts to this story. The military men are dead. It's painful, it's shameful, it's unacceptable. But so are some innocent Nigerians, innocent women, people who don't have anything to do, but they are all dragged into this. And the most fearful part of it is when the president gives you an open hand to go and do what you can do. Yes, it's okay to go. What do you expect? Like you said, the military will take, the emotion will take part of them, and things might go wrong. So my question would be, where do we go from here? What can we do? What can the civil society do at this point to at least react? Because from what we see now, the governor is afraid, I want to use the word, because he hasn't even said anything. In the press statement, he only issued a press statement. He went in yesterday, came back and go to his bedroom in Asaba. And so at the end, no leadership. At the moment now, there's no leadership. The presidency leadership is go and kill. The people on ground are waiting. Okay, who do we cry to? The state governor went in. He's too quiet. He's been warned. He went back. There is no leadership. The innocent ones, I don't care. The people that did the crime should be brought to justice. I agree. What about the innocent Nigerians who are dying? What can we do as a civil society to address this?
I think it's our duty and obligation to be the hope of the common man and to bridge the gap and the lacuna between the government and the people, which each other over the years we've been able to streamline our operations, to engage government at all frontiers and security agencies to be civil in their engagement with the people. There's route of engagement. The rule still remains you must use minimum force when engaging unarmed civilians and do not use maximum force. The issue before us now is a very dicey one that needs a lot of holistic thinking, rational thinking, and not speedy reaction here towards a one-sided story. Because it is said that a child doesn't die in a community of measles where you have an aged man. You don't beat a child and ask the child not to cry. You don't go to a village and instill pains on our mothers and our sisters, and you expect people to be silent. We are not in a Abacha regime. We're not in the Bangda regime. Even while we were Abacha regime, right activists like Femi Falana, late Gani Fayemi, they also spoke against the ease of the government, which brought about the Nadego crisis. So we also, as activists in this position, we are standing the gap to say the presidency should call the military to order, The Chief of Defense Staff should call his men to order. There should be a thorough investigation, and the police should lead investigation activities, not the military. Those that have been arrested thus far should be handed over to the police, and thorough investigation should be carried out. Those found wanting should be charged to court to face the consequences of their action, and those that are innocent should be granted a bail unconditionally. And we are saying the government of Delta State should fix back the community for people to stay.
Exactly.
There's hardship in the land, there's insecurity in the country. Exposing our mothers and our sisters and our younger siblings to more hardship will lead to a penury, will lead to more danger behaving our people. They must set up a panel of inquiry for a peace accord between the Okoloba community, the Okwama community, the federal government, the state government. The human rights body will be involved, traditional rulers, our clergy, the imams, and all of that. We come together and panacea a way for peace. Because the more we bleed in peace, the less we bleed in war. Nigeria is being ravaged today by insecurity in the Middle East, in the North Central, in the Southwest area. South have been relatively peaceful for a long time before these ugly incidents that are unfolded. Yesterday we heard that the military invaded a camp in Bayelsa belonging to one of the militant called General NIGERIAN. And there were also some bloodbaths there too. We do not want too much blood to be shed in our soil. We've tried to hold the gap to maintain peace from the South region for a long time. Even while we've been oppressed in several ways, but we just felt it's better to use dialogue than going head on with government forces. So in this regard, the federal government has the role to play. The Attorney General of Federation has the role to play. Let the Attorney General of Federation lead a panel of investigation activities to the areas to unravel what really happened. How come military men, 18 of them were killed, and the civilian who went with them survived? Such person should be arrested first to tell us what happened. You left Bomodi to Okwama in Ughelli South. What were the rationale behind your mission? Why were the other communities in part of the military that came to Okwama? So in all of this, we have a lot of questions to answer. Because no child will sit at home and his father and mother is being ridiculed. They will react. And in reacting, we are suing for peace. The military, they've lost their personnel. It's quite unfortunate. We condemn the act. We also condemn the killing of also the civilians in Okwama community as well. Everyone has right to life. When my rights stop, your own rights start.
Activist Kevin Ejumudo, right? He has said it all. That is the true situation.
As an individual. So we must all respect our rights. And I think the best way to go is for all of us to come together to resolve this issue amicably, unbiased. We must not apply sentiment in resolving these issues. Whoever that's found wanting should be held accountable, because the governor of Delta State called for a peace accord, which was signed in Asaba some months ago, and the both communities sued for peace. And they said they found a floating body at Bomodi, and it was alleged that the people from Kwama killed the person. But he that alleged must prove. I found the body floating in the river bank. You don't know if the person drowned mistakenly. You just said the other community killed the person.
But they were not one person, not two, not three. You understand? The image I shared just now. So it becomes difficult to say they were not killed. This is the images of the image of the military men being buried.
No, not the military. I'm talking about after the both community signed a peace accord in Asaba.
All right.
Committee, then the people in Bomadi said they found one of their sons floating in the river bank in the morning, and they are alleging that it was the Okwama people that killed him, and that was what brought about this
new one now. This was what brought this new incident. All right.
Yes, that's what brought about the new brother attack. But like I said, if you see somebody floating in the river bank, have you done an autopsy to ascertain the cause of death, to know if the person was drowned, was strangled, or was killed by someone before going to attack?
But where is it that my question is, if such happen between two communities, why is it the military that is coming in to resolve such matter? I didn't understand that.
That's why everyone is saying that there's a foul play somewhere. And you are leaving Bomodi to Ugeli. The area commander covering Ugeli was not abreast. The DPO to Jeremy was not part of that movement. The kings, the traditional lords were not part of the movement. The president generals, they are not part of the movement. So who gave the order? Like I'm asking, I said the first people that will answer Nigerians, were they aware that their colonels, that their majors were going for a peace accord in Ukwama? We want to see the letters.
Yes.
We want to see the letters, the dictates, and who gave the order. Okay, go ahead. We've seen the peace accord between Alaja and Nobuja communities and other communities within Delta State. How it went. They meet in a neutral ground to proffer peace and to broker peace.
Yes.
Not one community, not the other community, escorting the soldiers to the
other community.
The rival community. It's an operation.
I think maybe the soldier went there to demand for the person, to demand for who is it, and it's confusing. That's what I said. If this incident happened, why would the military go to the other community with people from the other community say, hey, you killed my people? And that can be where
but sir, it was said that these Okoloba people came to the community with the military men to actually rescue one of their own that was kidnapped.
Okay, the one that was still kidnapped. I thought they said the story had quite a lot, because from what activist is telling us now, he said they found someone in the river and they're trying to get to the root of it. And you're saying we killed. Okay. And if that is the case, why would the military come? Okay, maybe the military came now to demand for somebody else. But the question is, if that is the case, why would they? Is it the kind of high-level delegation should have been done with the traditional rulers and in a more civil way? Because when you bring military men in, there's already war in the community. And what is the governor of Delta State doing? What is the federal government?
Going there with a gunboat. You going there with a gunboat. It tells you coming for war. You went there with a gunboat. You a major, the colonel, the C of a barrack, all of them went there. Yeah, the story doesn't add up. And on getting there, from what we gathered from the community, they said the community chairman should follow them to Bomodi, and he refused. He said, "I cannot follow you to Bomodi. I can't go there with you. If you say you are here for peace, let's talk here in my community."
So they did not demand to see the chief priest.
We also heard they said they want to see the chief priest as well. But the first one they demanded to see was the community chairman, which after several attempts, he now came out. He said, "Yes, I'm the chairman." What? They said, "Okay, you have to follow us to Bomodi." He said, "It's not going anywhere."
Maybe that's where
I cannot follow you. I cannot follow you to Bomodi, and you are here with my rival people to say I can't go with you.
Yes.
And no man you go and take from his house to join you in a vehicle to even go to your enemies. Then he will know that it's a journey of no return.
Now, sir,
there are issues.
Go ahead.
There are a lot of issues that needs answer in this regard. And yes. I like the way the defense PRO put it. He said youth allegedly killed soldiers. They didn't say it's Ukwama community that killed the soldiers.
Of course.
And so if alleged, they said, and we are not certain. Of course, you cannot be killed or you cannot be you cannot be condemned unless, of course, you've been tried and found wanting. Now, what brought about this massacre we are not seeing in Okoma as of today?
Yes, what brought about it? Even to this moment now, the military have denied that there was no reprisal attack. But we all saw the reprisal. We saw the houses being burnt. We saw the military at the other end of the background. But they also, from their press release, they said there was no reprisal attack from the military end. Now, in all of this, we must first of all think Nigeria before we think where we belong to. I tell people, I said, you serve for 35 years and fall back as a civilian. The office of a citizen is the strongest office in the country, because you being a soldier, you retire, you come back to be a civilian. You being a president, you also retire and come back to be a civilian. So we must respect the office of the citizen. The truth is before us. But who bears the cat? Everyone is shifting blames, everyone is shifting ground. But at the end of the day, humanity itself will unravel the mystery behind this Holocaust that happened in the Okwama community. I submit, please.
Now, sir, let's go back in time, because we've seen the massacre, we've seen this act that is against humans, and of course we've seen that a lot of killings, bloodshed. What do you think exactly that we did not do right that led to this kind of situation we find ourselves, and what do we do to avert it in the future? Because they've been, I've seen the letters that were sent to us about the community did raise alarm January this year, calling on the state government to come to their rescue, and they said that nothing was done. And now we are here today in a place where everybody is now asking questions, a lot of questions unanswered. So what do you think that we did not do right as a people, as a community? And of course, what do we do to avert things like this in the future? As we're speaking now, our mothers, our young girls, our aged parents, they are now displaced here and there. So how do we avoid things like this? And what is it that we did not do right from the beginning?
Okay, you see, as an advocate, I've always preferred prevention before it happens. Government at all levels, security agencies must learn to. You must prevent before it happens, because when it happens, we'll have more casualties. Now, the community, they wrote an SOS letter to the governor of Delta State that their sons, namely XYZ, were killed by neighboring communities in Okoloba, and they named persons that they suspected to have carried out this terrorist act. And the governor set up a committee, a peace accord committee, to look into the issues. And he said, okay, everybody cease fire. Go back to your community and leave. We'll get to the bottom of the issue. They all signed a peace accord and everybody came back living peacefully. They now wrote an SOS also to the Commissioner of Police Delta State under the leadership of CP Abani Wanda Olufemi on 2nd of February. They wrote an SOS letter to the Commissioner of Police that these are issues before them. One would expect that the police will treat such letters with all level of seriousness and not just sit in the comfort of your office and delegate and do not follow up for a reply of an issue. When you submit the petition, you follow the petition to the last letter. Who is the one investigating this matter? I need feedback in 7 days' time. How far have you gone? There's a follow-up. We must take responsibility for actions as the people, the government, the community, and security agencies. I don't want to be too comfortable to sit in the office and give orders, and you don't also appraise the orders you've given. Appraise your petitions that have come to your office.
Activists, thank you very much. Because I'm going to beg you to stay a little bit longer with us today. All right, because we'll be taking a look at the newspapers with you. And as part of our plans this morning was also to take a look at Lagos State. They're doing some little bit of package there. The Honorable is right here with us. I want to bring him in. So it's going to kind of, in terms of context, it's very difficult for me to mix the two, but I have to at this stage because we have the two guests here. So I would beg you, I'm going to have a couple of questions to see. I'm happy you're in Delta State, and we'll be hearing from what Lagos State is doing and the kind of, because I'm going to ask the Lagos State, other than what we're going to ask, I'll be asking them what they would have done if this had happened to them. Because this is when I cry, when I talk out, it's like I have a issue against Delta State. And I'm happy you've said it all. I must say that I'm not impressed with what the governor of Delta State has done. You can't go into a community and come out and not make a statement. We are expecting leadership from him. We've not seen it. Anyway, but if you allow me, I'll bring in Honorable Adeleke.
Ingo, if you raise me 5 million, no drop motor for
Honorable, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yeah,
good morning,
welcome.
Sir.
Well, good to see you
Thank
again.
You, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure to have you on the platform because last time we rubbed minds with you. We saw what Lagos is doing. And I said, it's good to have you here again. We're not going to waste time. We want to take a look at what Lagos is doing. I had some of the images and I was quite impressed. So I said, let's have you here and let's talk about what your people are doing in Lagos. A little bit, because it's too sad, to be honest. We had a lot of killing in Delta State and it's been on the national news. I wanted to bring something light. So that's the situation before we go into that. So how is your distribution? How are things going? We saw the images. Like you don't need to. It's
Well,
looking for.
good morning, everyone, and
Good morning, sir.
especially good morning to Princess.
Good morning, sir.
I want all Lagosians to know that last week last week Sunday was just can I say a test run, or I can say it's a starting day. And I wish everybody believed that no, things cannot circulated throughout the 57 local government as well, the 20 local governments, as well as 37 LCDA at a go. We have a logistic issue that very day. That was the reason why the market was so scanty, and where the turnout was very, very high, more than expectation as well. But notwithstanding, it is because it was the first day of the Lagos discounted markets. But I'm very sure I want all Lagosians to know, to be rest assured that by the special grace of God, this Sunday will never be the same way of the last Sunday. We, on behalf of the state government, we sincerely apologize for the delay in the market, and there are some parts of local government in Lagos State which they have eggs and bread delivered, but they are still waiting for the rice. But lately, all these things came around lately, but due to the logistic issue. But this time around on Sunday, you can imagine, from now we have been preparing for the Sunday market, so that everybody will not experience what they experienced in the last Sunday.
Wow. From what we see now, you people, you talk and you do. We don't expect 100% delivery on the first day. Your apology should be accepted by the Lagos State people, and I'm happy you're trying to make it better. That is what I really want to see. What I saw, the images. I really wanted to talk more about the content itself, but I guess Princess have one or two questions to ask first before I will talk about the details, which is the price. Okay. I see this is the produce price list here, and I'll be throwing one or two questions on that. But let us just rock by about the total concept first and the delivery.
Okay.
Yes, I wanted to ask about the price as well, but sir, you did say last Sunday and then hopefully next Sunday. So we take it that is Sunday market, sir.
Yes.
Is that correct?
It's a Sunday market, correct.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a Sunday market.
So we'll be expecting it every Sunday, yeah. So, because it's good for Lagosians to know that every Sunday they can actually go there and get some product for themselves.
Definitely, they should go. That is why we, the flyers that Lagos State did concerning the timetable and the location of the market was widely broadcasted, and we share it all over the social media as well as advertisement on the radio and television stations across the Lagos State, so everybody knows where their local government belongs to. I mean, where local government it belongs to, as well as the location of the Sunday market in every local government.
Wonderful. So what I want to say, what I will be saying now is for me, this is the first time I'm seeing this kind of initiative. I'm always dependent. I believe, teach the people how to fish. But right now, there's emergency. They need to have food on the table. You come up with this strategy. I agree with you. And my question would be, this is good. What next? Because we cannot continue to feed them. What are we going to do after this? Yes.
Well, as we are experiencing food scarcity food challenges in the country now, due to the high inflation of the prices of all these commodities, the government has to cushion the effect of that and prepare for what we could be, what will be last longer. Like I told you the other time I was on this show, as a Lagos state, I can only speak about the Lagos state. Lagos state, I told you we are planting rice and other cassava. Even in Ibejuleki, we have a cassava farming now, a large quantity of hectares of land, which we are preparing cassava plantation, as well as K2 Ekpe here. We have thousands of acres of land, which state governments have started planting rice. You understand? So all
Yes.
this we are doing now to cushion the effect of the hardship in the country now I'm sure it's going to be a limited time, because in the next 6-7 months now we should be able to harvest what we are planting now.
And things will be better. Okay, that brings me to one important thing, because this is supposed to support those who are less privileged in society. Let me use the word. I don't want to use the word less privileged, those who are on the lower income. How are you checkmating this, that the people coming today are those that actually need this? Exactly, because if people can go and buy tickets and they go and get food and even go and resell them, so so there are two things
Thank
there.
you.
How do you checkmate that the people that
Thank
need it,
you.
and how do you calculate the quantity they can buy? Yeah.
God bless you. We always have we have representatives from Ministry of Agriculture and local government as well. As you can see the cap on me. The cap
Yes.
I put on here
Yes.
was the cap we are using. You understand? We monitor the whole process. Even it's a 25% discount, right?
Yes.
Even the bread that we are selling at the rate of 750, which they are selling outside 1,000, but the food is 750, which is 25% discount.
Yes.
Somebody like me, for example, I cannot buy more than two.
Okay.
So no one will continue selling for you in a large quantity in order to go and resell. No, it's not acceptable. We are monitoring it. All the security personnel are on ground as well, monitoring the whole process. All the across the 57 local government in Lagos State.
All right. I
And
mean, I'm gonna.
we, we
Yes.
we made a priority. We made the priority of attendance to the physical challenges people as well as the aged people.
Exactly.
So those are the
No,
priority before any other
that
one could
was one
come.
of my question. Yes, thank you for answering that. Because at the end of the day, there are some people who cannot struggle. I can see some of the images, right here. You can see that people have to struggle. And what about the old ones, who cannot really, who cannot face this stampede, to get in?
Yes, that
How
is
do we
why
make sure
that is
they are cared for?
that is why we have every location has a tent, right? We have a canopy tent, and we selected the aged people and the physical challenges people as well, or all those. We categorize the citizen so that we attend to the aged as well as the physical challenge people, and the whole process are very, very perfect.
Okay. I was going to ask you that one as well, because you started by apologizing to the Gaussian, which I think is the wise thing to do, because no system can be perfect. We all need to build on it to get it better, especially the new thing like this. So, what are the lessons learned, and what do you think you can improve upon moving forward? So, I know you said by next Sunday, the food will get there on time. Uh, is that the only challenges you've seen? Is there something we've learned? Something?
Thank you for taking me back to that. Logistic was not the only challenges we have that very day. We experienced that we need to improve on the T point. I'm talking of the payment option. I
Okay.
mean a
Yes.
payment channel, like
Yes.
the POS. We need to get adequate POS in order for people not to have for us not to have a very long line queue in order to pay, so that once you get there, you buy what you want to buy and make the payment and go back to your
Oh,
houses on a
exactly.
time.
Thank you very much, because that is important, because I learned there was no cash payment. So and
Yes.
the system there was not enough car POS, so the people had to queue
Mhm.
and queue and queue, and that caused. In fact, when they
That,
stay too long, you expect reaction.
that a phrase I can even tell you that we gather some experience from there, from my local government, as we are saying that no, this is how we are going to do it before. It makes us to adjust the way we want to do our own in local government as well, because we believe that our people must not be struggling to purchase all those items, as well as the payment points as well. So we pick the experience of the POS there, that we need to get more POS, so that when we have adequate POS on ground, so even the process will be more faster.
Yes, obviously. In fact, at
Um,
first, I'm going to commend Lagos State. I know my people may have one or two questions, but I want to commend Lagos
Thank
State
you.
for this huge logistics, because it's not just, what is it? You're dealing with you're dealing with ordinary Nigerians on a face to face. You understand? So let us get to you, not in between, no bridge. That's the government touching the people directly. I've never seen it work, because even every government will run away from this, because when you deal
Yes.
with people directly, there's more to it, and so I'm really impressed with that. If my brother have more questions, I'm going to take you a little bit away to the national issue we're facing in the country. But I don't know whether my beautiful women, they are very smart. They have one or two things.
yes, I want to comment Lagos State, and
Thank you.
my curiosity is where and how do you get this food stuff? Is it do you get it from your local farmers in each of these LCDAs, or you, as in how what is the direct impact on your farmers, on where you get it from? Yeah, how you get your products, and the 25% discount. How do they get it? Because there's been an issue of when farmers were asked to bring some goods in a state, and there were complaints that the discounted rates that the state government was supposed to pay, they didn't give them that, it didn't come on time, and they were forced to sell at below market price. So I don't know. I know it's working. It's working from what I've seen in your end. But I would like you to also tell us the back end, how the goods come in, how you collect it, and so we can know the direct impact it also has on your farming community.
There are some things I want Nigerians to know, that propaganda is everywhere. That's the first thing we need to know. Propaganda is everywhere. No one in the government can force the seller to sell at the lower rate. I want you to have that at the back of your mind, as in the first place. How can government want to purchase a goods from the seller and say no, you must sell at the lower rates? You don't determine what I will sell to you. You get what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, with
So
you.
I don't use government money to go and buy my goods, and I want to sell to the government. How will government force me to sell below rates? No, nobody is doing that. That is mere propaganda. And the source of all these commodities from our local farmers and local market women and men. We source from them. We know, you have to do a data collection, like I said the other time. Once okay, the state government have a committee. A committee must set up in such process. You understand? And once the committee is set up in such process, so this I know Mama Rose that is selling Gary, and I know Mama Adewumi that is selling red oil and all that. That is how we source it. How much are you selling?
Sorry.
We sell, okay, you sell so amount, we purchase it, and we market it, we discounted it to our citizen. That is how it's being sourced. No one is forcing anybody to sell at the lower rates.
Yeah, and
It's
thank you
a
for
good
that.
one. It's a good one.
Thanks for that clarification. I think it's very important because we've heard the government, to be fair to my staff, we heard when the government say, oh, the Nigeria must not sell food to a particular set of people. We are not allowed to export goods. We don't have enough to eat. And I said, hey, did you give were you the one? Is it your own? Government cannot tell ordinary citizens what to do with their own product. It's only when, look at what the local government has done. Hey, the price is too much, we'll buy from you and we'll give it to our people at a so rate. That's what the government should do. Not force the people to say you cannot sell this, you cannot do this. The story we had, even the vice president, let's be sincere here, the vice president said that they are saboteurs taking Nigerian food out of the country. Hello, if you know you want the food, buy it from them and put it into the country like what Lagos State have done. That is why I keep bringing you back to this platform. It's a template of how a responsible government will behave to control price. You understand? If you don't have enough product to flood into the market, then buy it and give it to your people. You know, you can't tell people what is what, and that is why I think this is a big lesson. And I don't know whether you have much to say with what that story we heard it when the vice president said, "Oh, that saboteurs selling our food outside the country." There's no saboteur. You didn't give them their food. Are you the one? Is it your product?
In that case, I will just say little about that. I don't have much to say about that, but I will say little. Okay. You know, in life, I mean, in every country, you know, I farm, and after the production from my farm, I decided to export my products. You understand? So that's not a crime, but government can only plead to the farmers.
Good.
And say, okay, please, you see the situation of things in the country now, so let's buy from you. Then how much are you selling? If you export it, how much are you gaining? We sit down, we negotiate, and once you accept the payment, then we buy and we stock it, we preserve it, and sell it to Nigeria in a discounted way. And you know, don't forget the fact that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu usually says something, our president. He said, I'm not saying I'm not going to make mistake, but not too many mistakes. Once you observe my mistake, draw my attention to that mistake, I will make a correction.
Yes.
You understand? And that is a knowledgeable person and a wise word. You understand? When you are ruling, even in our home, where we are father of the home, head of the family, we made a mistake. Sometimes when the children say, this is what we are going to do, we want to force them to eat what they don't want to eat. Later we realize that, no, that's not the way we should go. You understand? So nobody above that. And the pressure in the country now, due to the food challenges in the country, may make that may make the vice president to say so. You understand? That is why we have
so, not calling their names. That was my concern. You know, there's a language you use with innocent Nigerians. To call them saboteurs, give them that big name. I think I was reading in the headline and I say, hey, what is these people talking about? You understand? And we had stories where we saw stories of misuse of public funds. You've not called those people criminals. You've not called them saboteurs. You're calling innocent farmer who suffer to grow his product or her product and export, and you call him that, he's the worst, he's the most unpatriotic person. That doesn't add up to me, from my point of view.
Yeah, anyway. Calling them saboteur, you know, an individual has a point of view.
Yes.
An individual has a different perspective. You understand? If you made a mistake now, I may call it names.
Yes.
Other person will come in due to my perspective. You understand me?
Yeah,
so that one is never a crime at all. It's just need to, you know, once your own point of view might different from mine, it will be definitely different from mine.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
So that is what brought out the speech that Vice President used to qualify that act.
I'm not gonna drag you into what they did over there. Let's leave them to solve their problem. You understand?
Yes, sir. Just before we move on, sir, you know that such market, of course, will have a lot of Nigerians wanting to access or go there because the economy is bad, like we already know. How can people get this voucher? I know there's a voucher situation, and then we're talking about POS payments as well. So do they need to go and get the voucher before they can access every center, or what, sir? How does it
No,
work?
no, no. There's no need of getting any voucher from anywhere. You've known your location of markets, right? You just go straight there, first come, first serve. But
Yes.
the aside from priority set of people, like I said earlier on, aged people and physical challenges people are the first people to answer, to attend to, right? Even had, for example, maybe somebody like me, I've been in the venue since 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, and we now discover that the aged people are coming in maybe by 10 o'clock. We have to plead with those people that no, let's attend to the aged people first. They are our priority and our targets, as well as the physical challenges, right? So you don't have to get any ticket from anywhere. You just come straight, pick what you want to purchase. Once you pick it, you pick tomato here, pick yam here, rice here, gari here, till you get to the till point where you are going to pay. So that's all. No
Wow.
stress at all.
Well, it's a very good one, and we must commend the Lagos State for this initiative. Thank you, and well done, sir,
Thank
for
you.
all you do for the people.
Thank you.
Yes, honorable. Listen, we have a lot to do, because when good things we don't want to only say the bad things happening in the country alone. We want to see good things like this, and we want to be part of telling
Mhm.
people what is right. And you've started something. You know, like I said, I've been on this. I've been talking to you the first time, second time. It was the last question that made me to actually jump on the issue, because you want to help your people. You love Nigerians, fine, but not at the detriment of your own farmers. Lagos State has shown an example. Even whether some of us agree that people should be fed in this way or not, the truth is the government behaved responsibly. They decided that the price of goods are too much. We are in a better position to help the people. We buy for social price and we give for social price. That is how you do it, not to force the people. They call it price control. You know, they don't understand what is price control and it is operated. And I'm happy Lagos has shown us a very good example. And I want to thank Honorable for taking his
Thank
time to
you.
come and actually explain to Nigerians and to Lagosian what the package is all about. Listen, Lagos, you're the pace setter. You didn't call yourself just the pace setter, you always set the pace, and I hope we all learn from you. I don't want to ask you one question, but there's a serious challenge in the country at the moment. That's why we have the camera here. Before we let you go, just a cheat on that. A little thing, anything you say will be acceptable. There's a killing of this massive killing of our military men in Delta State, and the president said, "Go and do what you have to do." Now we can see the other side of the story. It's not pleasant at all. Uh, so we are in between. You know, I can see when you're in between this. What do you do? The people, the action they did is wrong, but the killing of people too is also wrong. Where are we? But it's like nobody's talking at this moment. The military men are going to do what they have to do. When is it going to stop? At what point do we say it's enough? You know, you don't say, it's like you give a child a blank check. He's going to spend and spend and spend until everything is finished. So I'm worried that the government has they don't. I know the president have to react. The governor of Delta State is mute. We are confused. Then we're looking. Where do we go from here?
Okay. Based on that, I wouldn't like to say much about that.
I agree.
That is why the president himself has how do I call it, a special advisor on each
Yes.
ministry. We have Ministry of Defense, we have Ministry of Police Affairs, and all that. I'm sure before the president could arrive at that point, he might have gotten the better advice from the special advisor. So I have nothing much to say about that at all.
I will drag you into that, sir. Honorable, I will drag you into that. I will drag you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much. There are
Thank
things
you.
I
All right.
brought you here for a good cause, and thank you for the good things you're doing.
Thank you
With all
very much, sir.
respect, I cannot really drag him into this. And I thank you very
Thank
much,
you, sir.
Honorable. We
All
have
right,
to
sir.
hope to have you again, sir.
All right, sir. No problem. Thank you.
All right. All right, people. As I said before, Comrade is still here with us. we've been looking at the crisis in Delta State. I'm going to take a look at the newspaper because the newspaper, I'm sure some of the headlines will be talking about this as well. But if you guys permit me, we'll go on a quick short break and we'll continue this right after back. Stay with us.
SRTV Logistics is here. Are you into a restaurant business? We are here to help you move your goods from one place to another. If you're moving your goods out of the country or within the country, you can come to us. Trust us to handle your deliveries with the utmost care and professionalism, ensuring your items reach their destination safely and on time. Don't settle for anything less. We're part of the global supply chain of helping goods to move from one point of origin to the point of consumption according to the needs of customers. You can contact us with the numbers on the screen or email us at logistic@superiorradioandtelevision.com.
All right, welcome back. We're still here. It's still newspaper. It's the Wake Up Nigeria, and the comrade himself, activist Kevin Ejumudu, is right here with us. And for us to match the job of the day, because we are on the other part of the day now, I want us to take a look at some of the newspapers. If you want to just punch it, if it's one or two, we can use it to look at the issue with a comrade together. So I would say let's go with a first newspaper review of the day. It's quite late, but we have to do it. Should we start with Punch or anyone, please? Let Abuja give us the first paper to go with.
Okay, the big story on the Punch says soldiers killing. Army, the other community, differ over reprisal as troops. Arrest 20. Army accuses community of complicity. DHQ releases photos. Names of fallen soldiers. Delta Governor visits Okwama, meets with JTL commander. Reps urges restraint. IYC condemns attack. You can find that story on page 2 of the Punch newspaper.
Well, Mary, let's hold it there first. Comrade, this is the headlines we're getting. All right?
Very well, sir.
This is the headline, and you can see what it is. I'm happy they said this. I think these guys are a little bit kind to us this time. They said Army and the Delta community differs over the present because the story is all different here. And what's your take? Because when you see these kind of images, the only image we see now is the image of the military killed. I wish we have some more images of the community, which I have here on my phone, which I cannot share. Also now being out there. Now people have been killed. In fact, you don't want to see I couldn't sleep last night. At my age, if I see images that make me not to sleep, then somebody should be worried. But that is the true situation of things now. But this is the headline we have. When you see this, only the military men are concerned. We know what the killing is wrong, but there are more killings at the moment. The government is scary. If we allow these people, there's going to be continuous. They're just going to keep killing and killing. And the only image that will come out will be the military, which we know is wrong. It's so difficult to say it because here am I trying to defend people for killing the Nigerian military? No. But am I going to be keeping quiet? Should I keep quiet and allow people, innocent people to die? They still no. Comrade, what do we do here?
Yes, like I said in retrospect, it is an aberration that we have the military differing from the reality on ground. This is my state. I'm domiciled in Delta State. Though my organization is a national one, but I'm secretary and our national secretariat is here in Delta State. Yesterday, the governor of Delta State, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborowo, revisited the Kwama community, and the military deprived the journalists from having access to the place. What are they hiding? What are they hiding? They have freedom of press. Why depriving the journalists access to Kwama community for them to have on the ground assessment of damages that are done? So that also send a signal to us as a people. What is good for the goose is good for the gander. We condemn in strong terms the killing of the soldiers. We also condemn in strong terms killing of civilians. Because they will go all out trying to cause a genocide. Because the order they gave was a massive order.
Comrade, can we really blame the military here? Because if the government, if the president said go and do what you have to do, the governor of the state, I'm happy Punch highlighted it here, the governor went in there, came out and went to his bedroom. How can you blame the military now for doing what they have to do? They've been given the permission to go and shoot.
I will blame them because we are not in a military regime. In a military regime, the constitution is set aside. They work with decree. They work with decree in the military regime. We are in a democratic rule where the rule of law is sacrosanct. The constitution is our guideline, is our pattern, is our compass.
But the commander-in-chief of the armed forces are giving them permission to go and do. And the governor, who is supposed to at least even say something, went in and came back saying nothing. That's my biggest concern. Why would the governor make a statement?
The onus on us as civil rights activists to drag both the presidency and the governor to the International Court of Justice.
Good.
If this genocide continues and people are being killed unaccounted for and unjustly, then we'll drag them to the International Court of Justice.
Thank you.
Because every life they've sworn on oath to protect, the life of the military, life of the civilians, life of the people living with disabilities, every life they are sworn on oath to defend. And we must reshape our security architecture. The military and the protect our external sovereignty. The police are the lead agency for internal security. So in all of this, we must renegotiate our security formations in the country. Just yesterday, we have 87 people kidnapped in Kaduna again. And we're not seeing the president giving a marching order.
No, we're going to come to that. Comrade, you see what is so interesting here? You talk about jurisdiction and maybe experience or training. Militaries are not trained to settle internal conflicts. They are there for exactly. And when you bring them into internal conflict, like you see in Nigeria today, you don't expect the military to behave like Nigeria. Why would the government of Nigeria even be deploying the military to go and resolve issues like this?
Answer. The worrisome thing this morning is that from the information I got, when I asked about the outcome of the governor's visit to that Okpoma yesterday, was that the governor does not have the power to stop the military because, of course, the number one citizen already gave them the order to do whatever they will have to do or whatever they need to do to unmask these killers. And so the killings are still going on, ravaging the community. A lot of destructions are still ongoing. And as we speak, a lot of these citizens are now hiding. You could see that across our papers this morning. And the forest, some are displaced already. Of course, some are dead, some have been killed. And so, sir, at this point, like my boss has been asking, what do you think we'll do? Because it's the president actually gave that order. And so this morning, when I was trying to query our governor, I was trying to talk to one of the heads here that how can the governor not say a thing, or why are we still having, the bloodbath after the visit of the governor? But he said that the governor does not have the power. So I want you to take cognizance of that word. That the governor does not have the power.
That's the cheapest. That's the cheapest.
Thank you.
That's the cheapest coming from that end. The governor is the number one CSO of this state.
Good. Comrade, not having the power. No, in fact, comrade, thank you very much. I'm going to leave it to comrade. Not having the power is different from not showing leadership. We didn't say stop it, but at least making a statement, begging, apologizing to the internet openly. And it would have been something that we would have expected. Oh, the situation is bad. Our people are in this situation. People are dying. They need to have aid. Now, you don't know whether people have food to eat there. In that community now, if they are human beings left, do you know whether they even have water to drink? Because they are under siege at the moment. How do
Very well.
What is the governor doing about that? He come back and went to Asaba and said, "There's nothing I can do." Is that without leadership? And we're going to blame the federal government? No.
Danny Chris, before the federal government made their own, before the military stepped in. There has been crisis, and the governor was there.
Yes.
So is it the same person that was not able to calm the situation when it was still calmable that you are
Yes.
referring to?
No, let me
No.
correct that person.
Okay, comrade, I think your network is a little bit bad. We would be
Yes.
glad if you could do something about it because we
Now,
really love to
comrade,
hear
need
from
comrade.
you.
It's gonna
Why they wrote an SON in Asaba? The governor set up a committee, a constitution committee. The meeting was held in Asaba. Both communities, they all went there and they signed a peace accord. So I think the governor in that part, he made an effort and said, okay, ceasefire. So it was this one that they went on their own, unannounced, that stir up these whole emotions again of what we are saying. So we're going to give him for that. He called the peace accord and tried to harmonize both communities together. But like we all know, one with an hidden agenda, we always want to go about to get their evils done. Having said that, the governor has not shown empathy to the host community. I must say this with all level of sincerity. He has not shown empathy to the people of the Kwama community. He has sworn an oath to defend us and the people. Now, yesterday he was there. Now you tell the military to cease fire, let the commissioner of police come in, and let them see how they can investigate the issues there.
Yes.
Why big mothers and children, they need medical care, the Red Cross, or other persons will be allowed
To be
access
allowed
to the
in. That's what the governor will say.
to give aid. You must give aid to these people. You must give aid. You don't stop aid. It's against the international law for you to allow people to have aid to food, drugs, and every help they need. Because the military, seeing the corps of their slain officers, they are trained to maim and to kill.
Yeah.
They're not trained to dialogue. They're not trained to negotiate peace.
And emotion is growing high now. The emotion is high. They're angry, and I can understand them. My own is the leadership did not come from our governor and from the presidency at this stage. To be sincere, we're saying that, okay, governor, you went in there, you saw the situation. I'm sure people will be suffering now. There may be people cannot even go out to buy food, and so you need to get food to these people. You need to get water. Otherwise, it's going to lead to other situation. A community under siege. There's nothing like Princess Riley said. A governor that didn't do that couldn't do well before the crisis. And what's he going to do now? That's the question. Comrade just defended the governor that he did set up a committee, and really that committee didn't work. It's good to see the different side of the story while we're here. But comrade, now, perhaps you people are closer to your governor. Let's deal with him now for what we do. What would we do to compare the Delta State government to come and even talk to us, address us? We are his subjects. We are a citizen of his state. People are dying. They cannot sit down in Asaba. And this is the thing. I think the local people, your NGOs and the civil rights groups and the kings and everybody should be asking the governor what is next. In fact, the simple question is what is next, and the question goes to the governor. If I ask you what is next, it will be a misplaced question. But the question now to governor is, governor, what is next? What are we going to do now? That's why you were made a governor, to solve issues. What are you planning to do?
Very well.
Yes. See?
I think my obsession will be calling the office of the governor today to say, okay, what are the possible solutions in ameliorating the people that are there? Are we going to do an evacuation of people that are there? We must allow access for food and drugs, and also the journalists must be allowed access to that community. Yes. The military yesterday deprived the journalists from not going there, and the freedom of their freedom of information.
In fact, now we're not getting the true story. This one said this, this one said this, this one said this. We are not allowed in. In fact, I refuse. I'm afraid to even send somebody in there because the situation is,
matter of urgency.
Yes.
As a matter of urgency, to order the commissioner of police to go into.
All right, you guys can hear the situation. The situation is anytime we bring up this issue, it's going to always be what it is, and it's not. We're not expecting anything different.
To come up community and
yes.
See how.
Comrade, your network is a little bit. It's not doing us so much good, but we are here. We are here. I think we should, because I wanted us to look at the other, because this killing in Kaduna, I wanted us to quickly, in the course of this show, look at what happened in Guardian, because I can see, in fact, I saw something in, was it News Direct or so, not News Direct, Daily Trust. I wanted us to take a look at that and then take a look at Guardian, and before we call the show off today, because we should be doing more than 1 hour 30 minutes, no matter how. But we're already late. We started the newspaper review late, and we'll still continue. Anyway, when Comrade join us, he will join us. But Mary, can we continue with the newspaper, please?
Okay, the Daily Trust, the big headline says 86 abducted in fresh Kaduna attack. And the writer says 73 cattle rushed to in Plateau. Bandits taking over our farmlands. Okay, southwest farmers. The fence chief alleges plots to cause mayhem. And you can find that story on page 4 of the Daily Trust. And here is the story that says Anya Oku Adebanjo, ex-governors call for new constitution. And that story is on page 10 of the Daily Trust newspaper. On the sea cable cuts, business owners count losses, services restored. And that story is on page 22 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Sanu Nasu, ground activities at varsities, NFC to join action. And you can find that story on page 25 of the Daily Trust newspaper. And here we have another story that says no reprisal attack over troops killing. And this is coming from the military. The office.
Is that the Nigerian military saying no reprisal? Anyway, we are very way there. Let's look at this central image. There's the statistics there. Princess, what is going on there? Can you analyze this for us? Data. Look at this. I say 86 adopted, but if you go down, Princess, there's this wonderful statistics there. Is that the number of people kidnapped, killed? What is there? Is this story?
You know, sir, there is something we actually taught in the media. I know I graduated a long time ago, but I don't know. Maybe that's what you're trying to do here this morning on Daily Trust. The statistics here is quite different from what we see. But I think this is a fresh adoption recently done. As we can see here, the headline says 86 adopted in fresh Kaduna. Meanwhile, prior to this one, we've been having kidnappings, adoptions, and killing prior to this 86. And then that's the statistics we have below here. And it's quite I really don't want to use a citing statement this morning, but I am not happy. That is the word I should use, even though I'm not supposed to be sentimental. You could see the number of people being killed, people being displaced, and the statistics is quite small, but it said 12 killed, 17 houses burned. And then we have another one, 2 killed, okay, in different local governments. So all the local governments are put together, and maybe that's why we're having that amount. 10 adopted, 2 killed, 12 killed, 17 houses burned, 287 pupils and students adopted. So this is the recent statistics. That is what you have on that central image there. All these in Kaduna State, one state, and that is why
That's what I'm saying. That the state is, and this is the same state where we have the Defense Academy. I think the Nigerian Defense Academy is in Kaduna, and we couldn't secure a small state as Kaduna. I still don't get it. You know, these are our insecurity challenges. I don't know where it's taking us, but I'm going to come back to comrade to activists on the reprisal attack over killing. They said there's none. No, that's what the military is saying. I know you will be laughing. That will be laughing.
But sir, I even you laughed when she was taking that particular headline because it's laughable when you say we saw there are videos, there are things we saw. It's all over social media, and now you did not did the reprisal attack. So who actually did? At the end of the day, if it's not you, and then there are footages everywhere, there are videos, there are pictures, who did and where were the army or the police? So at the end of the day, a full community is brought down, and the army is telling us no reprisal attack over troops killing. It's quite somehow. This shows that in a country like Nigeria, nobody is safe actually.
Comrade, okay, activist. Okay, activist is not with us. Princess, Edo, I know the military are they. In fact, I think the military should just tell us, listen, we did it because we are angry, and we can understand that. You understand that nobody in his right frame of mind will support the activities or the killing of the Nigerian military. We're saying that when you admit that you were angry and you did you reacted, we are not begging you to stop. Nobody is actually blaming the military. Nobody have the right to blame the Nigerian military at this stage. But to deny it just is a mockery. You understand? And to put it on the national daily that there's no reprisal and everybody is mute about it, it's shameful. You know, we expect them we expect a reprisal, and we're seeing it. But we're saying, where are we going? Are we going to continue killing these innocent people? Because the painful thing is the people that actually did this are no more there. They're not waiting for you, sir. The people you are picking now might just be innocent. And if the governor had even come out and say, well, life is normal in the community, this is what we expect the governor to say, that life is normal. People are going over there. The military are only out there fishing out those they think is responsible. Then they should allow us access. But it's not the case. The place is under siege. And lives. Comrade.
Sir, your audio, comrade, your audio, you need to work on your audio. We cannot hear you.
Yes.
Maybe you need to go out and open the link again. That will help.
All right.
So, sir, but if the army are saying that they are not, they did not actually carry on that reprisal attack, how is it then safe for people to go back? Because that means that at the end of the day, something else could still happen if you go back there, and the military will tell you they are not the one, and even the other people opposition there will tell you we are not the one.
Princess, let's ignore what the military got to say at this point. It's emotion going high. We can understand the military. My concern is the governor not even telling us the situation of things. It's possible we in the international community or even ordinary Nigerians are ready to donate something to help those who are displaced, those who are in trouble. We're not talking about the criminals that committed this crime. The ordinary Nigerians, the old people, we want to support them, but they won't allow us in. We don't know their situation. Definitely there will be shortage. People will be dying from hunger now. You know, it takes few days for food to be finished in a home. And so
very well.
To drink, where's water? You understand? If the governor cannot come out and actually tell us the situation of things on ground, then we're in trouble. I don't blame the military. I'm more concerned with the governor not actually giving us the situation report so we know how to help the people. You went in there to come out, and you come out, you go to your bedroom, that you are afraid that the situation is too difficult, there's nothing you can do about it. Hey, who does that? Why is he a governor? And comrade, that is my question. That's my question today.
Very well, sir. I think this calls for concern because globally you give access to aid for civilians. You do not deprive them from access to aid, especially in this kind of ugly scenario that's played out at the Koma community. Then for the military denying there was no reprisal attack, we saw the video while the village was under fire. We saw military gunboats backed at the other side. So there's no way to tell us there was no reprisal attack from the military. Now, having said this, the governor must understand that he is a Deltan. He is first a Deltan before becoming the governor. And this was the same person is sworn on May 29 to defend, regardless of creed, political affiliations, ethnic nationality, and all of that. So he should give us a statement. He should give a marching order to the Commissioner of Police at that state to take charge of the happenings in Ukwama community and the state at large. So people can have access to food and medication. The Maslow hierarchy of needs said the first need of a man is food.
Yes.
If you don't, if anyone doesn't eat, he dies.
Yes.
The food comes first before clothing, before shelter, before the need to be loved and liked. So the people, they need access to food. Their voice needs to be heard. Hence, we are calling on the Central State Governor to, as a matter of urgency, do a press conference, giving a marching order to security agencies on the way to go.
Yes.
Because the people in Kwama, they are Deltans. They are not refugees from a different country. They are not immigrants coming to the state. They are Deltans. They are host community. They deserve to be protected. Their right needs to be heard. Their voice needs to be heard as well. Same way the people from the Koloba community. Their voice needs also to be heard. So we must call a spade at this time. And no need to mix emotions with the reality on ground. That's my submission, sir.
Thank you very much. And I cannot see a better way to actually close that topic, because the truth is, with military, you are reacting, we understand that. All right? Federal government might even at that moment, out of anger, that's why you are president, you mind what you say. You don't give that kind of order because it will be taken out of proportion. We can ignore that. But the governor of Delta State needed to show us leadership, and we need him to do that now. We need it so that we can know the situation on ground. We don't know whether people are still dying, whether people are all dead, whether the community is going well. He's the only one that had the opportunity to go in. And stopping ordinary people from going, from journalists from going into the community is against the law. These are things that the government cannot do. The military cannot do that. But military will be military. The president will be held accountable for this, because if he's the one that tells them, they are not doing investigation. If they are doing under investigation, they know what to do. The whole community cannot be under investigation. We need to assess so that we can support innocent people. Some of us have parents there. You can imagine if my mom is there now, my dad is there, and you tell me that I cannot see the people who I know my mom did nothing wrong, and now I cannot give him food. He cannot, even if I send him money, there's no way they will buy food. So these kind of things, everybody is nervous. As sensitive as it is, this is another part of the story. We are all Nigerians, and I think that issue needs to be addressed, and it should be addressed now. And it is the Delta State governor who has gone in there that will give us the first report. The press conference from the Delta State government, like you said, is long overdue. Thank you very much, comrade. Thank you so much.
Thank you, comrade, for being on the show. Thank you, sir. We appreciate your time, and thanks for all you do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Well, it is now, let's keep it within us and just take a look at Guardian and then call this show a close. Can we just take a look at what is happening in Guardian, please? Let somebody give us the headline on Guardian, yes.
The big story on the Guardian says, inflation and rising construction costs, low middle class deeper home ownership plans for food. You can find story on page 6. Court convicts for murder, kidnapping in Rivers. You can find story on page 6 as well. Settle issue. SANU members urgently. NLC tells government. You can find story on page 3. Tinubu meets with Edo APC chiefs over state crisis. You can find story on page 5. Sanwo-Olu, ex-governors, orders for new constitution. You can find story on page 7. Terrorism. Ohanesi cautions Tinubu as gunmen adopt dozens in fresh Kaduna attack. You can find story on page 6. Implementation hurdle for copious provisions in new electricity act. You can find story on page 4. Metering gaps remain despite 273.3 billion naira loan to dispose for winter. Order story on page 2.
All right, let's pause it there. Yes, let's pause it there. In fact, the passion to even look at other issues have quite is dead in me. So I'll let you guys complain. But do we even have low housing? Do we have a mortgage in Nigeria? I am not aware of any mortgage scheme other than the private sector. Do we really have a government-run mortgage system in the country?
I think they used to, but I don't think whether it's still working. Because I know one of my friends in Abuja, their house somewhere in Yanya, she did told me that the father got the house through mortgage, and likewise everybody in the father's office or the homes they have, and so way back. But I don't know about now. But we
Yes.
know we have some, private sectors that are actually into real estate that are doing that now, for people, citizens as well.
Yeah, but Princess, what the private people are doing are just beyond the reach of the poor man. You understand? You are expected to drop 10 million, 20 million
No,
to
no,
start.
no, 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 sir. No, 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 sir. There are some I am aware of in Abuja. You can drop as low as 1,800,000, 700. But of course, they are not in the city center. You can't get the house. Do you get?
Yeah,
But
but
at least
it's a house, yes.
yes, yes. That is it.
Well, that is cool. That is cool because and that is one area that housing is very important. Is development, and if we can, if the government can make it easy, I don't understand why the government of the country is really poor. With housing alone, you can actually begin to build more houses. That is job, employment for people. You give the houses to your own staff or your workers. They begin. You take the money from their salary because you don't wait for them. You collect the money as part of their salary, and then you use it to build more. So you'll be building in that way. You are developing the community. People are accommodated, and the government is working. And I think housing is a very beautiful scheme that anybody should do. But as again, every government sector, it will be abused, and this is where we are. Because from what we see here now, somebody that earn 100,000, it's going to be difficult for such a person to get a house in Abuja. And the 100,000 is not even a common salary in Abuja. What kind of country are we living in? That would be a topic for another day. Let's just say Tinubu meeting with Edo people here. I guess Edo people are happy. You are preparing to get Edo into APC, right? Princess, you can't wait to give Edo to APC. You want to marry Edo to APC? Oh, they disappeared. Okay, good. They don't want to answer that question. Princess disappeared. They don't want to marry Edo, give APC. That question I asked. Well, guys, you've done well. I come thank you all, Princess. Thank you for this. Thank you for bringing our guests as usual. It's a difficult day. The broadcast is not finished. We have another person we'll be seeing today, still on this same issue. A former President General of the Yoruba Nation. They will be joining us later. And it's going to be right here on SRTV. I made it intentional because it's something I want the world to hear. So that is where I think we should draw the curtain. Princess, you have anything that we should be looking forward to? And Abuja, what are you guys up to?
Sir, I think when we have conflicts, it might result to crisis, and if not properly managed, it escalates to war, and that's what is happening in Delta State right now. It's so disheartening. But we plead on the number one citizen, which is the state governor, to look into the matter and then resolve the problem, because it's not funny right now. And then
Yes, ma'am.
everything will be resolved, and the host communities will stay peacefully in their lands.
Princess, you're on ground, oh, and I feel sorry, and you still have to do what you're doing. Keep talking, keep giving us what is happening. Stay out of the arm's way, please. Please, I want to repeat that. Stay out of the arm's way. You see, I remember watching this movie, Demolition Man. When you see old-fashioned criminals, you want an old-fashioned approach. You understand? This is old-fashioned approach of doing things. You don't expect people to be normal. So you work within the level of the people you're dealing with. I cannot come to Nigeria and say, oh, British police do like this. Nigerian police will behave the same way. That would be wrong of me. So let us behave, and let us act, and let us prepare our mind to deal with the society we find ourselves today, as we all work together to make it a better place. Thank you very much, Mr. I would say let's a good place to close the show today. But I want you to close the show, Princess, with what you normally do best. Thank you very much.
Anyway, so today is I have this. It's actually a mixed feeling for us over here in Delta State. Like you said, your parents wouldn't be somewhere, or your siblings, your aged parents, your children wouldn't be somewhere, and then you are okay wherever you are. So over here in Delta State is a mixed feeling. You see people being sad, people are just angry, people are not happy, especially the way the federal government and of course the state government are going about the whole issue. And then we appeal today, we want to especially appeal to people that are very close to them to please reconsider their decisions. Whatever they are doing, they should put the lives of the people first, especially our aged parents. The pregnant women also are there. People actually need their medications. People need food and water to survive. As we're speaking right now, some people are caged in that community, the ones that couldn't run, and the fear of coming out. And some are, and some also are in the forest, like I was told this morning. A lot of old people, a lot of sick people, children, pregnant women, vulnerable girls that are being raped. And so our hearts are so broken from this end. And we're actually appealing to the federal government, we're appealing to the state government, the security agencies, and of course, our traditional rulers, heads of agencies to please do something about this. This is not something, time is of essence, because the more you leave these people in the bush, in the forest, the more they die. Even the numbers that are left now, we still need to do something to keep them alive. And the worst of all, the media is not being allowed to access the place. People are not being allowed to go in to even give aids to these people. So we're actually appealing, we are begging, whatever language we use to beg our government to do what is right and what is needful, and let there be fair hearing as well. You came, they carried a lot of people away. You can't just assume that these innocent people you are
That is a wonderful appeal from Princess. I guess she's speaking all our mind. We are
for
begging.
a very long time. And so we really appeal, we are begging that the government should do something.
Thank you. Thank you. Government, please help us. We can't do nothing. We are like your wife, your children, whatever it is, we are at your mercy right now. And the military, I want to use this opportunity to beg them that yes, what happened is wrong. We agree. We are sorry. There's any ways we can to say we are sincerely sorry. But please, there's always a beginning and an end to a thing. We want to get to an end of the killings. More killing is not helping anybody, it's not helping the military, it's not helping us. We've all learned our lesson and we hope to do better. I want to beg that we want to close the show here because it's a very difficult morning for everybody, every one of us. And for those of you out there, your parents are there. For those of you in the bush, know that we care about you. Just keep strong. Stay wherever you are. You didn't commit any crime. There's a way God do things. I always say, as the whole world tends to pull on you, God will always send you a divine angel. You will get it. So don't get up, don't kill yourself. Stay strong until help will get to you. And we all, as a people, should be thinking of how to get help. I wanted to raise fundraising for those people in the community. That was something I wanted to do, but they are not even allowed to go in there. So what are you going to do? If we raise money, you can't even give to the people. I'm not saying to the criminals, but to the innocent people, the vulnerable people in the community. That's what we normally do. You understand? That's something I wanted to quickly raise, and I wanted to say, hey, let us raise money for that. But I won't be doing that if we are not even allowed to get in there. So we want the federal government, the state government to do the one they have to do, so we as ordinary Nigerians can do what we need to do. Thank you very much. Can we say we close the show right here, right now, and until we meet again tomorrow, we'll do the same thing. And please stay out of trouble and keep the country. The country belongs to every one of us. We should all be treated equal. Treat me the way you want me to treat you. Good day, everybody. Until tomorrow. God bless you.
Are you tired of endless search for the perfect property? Look no further. Let SRTV Real Estate be your trusted partner in the journey to finding your dream home. We can offer you a dream home in a serene environment and beautiful ambience, surrounded with modern nature. That's definitely what you crave for. Well, you asked for it, and here we have it. Why not live the best of your dreams by making good with time, space, and value? The smartest form of real estate investment is that which is done at the initial public offer.
Join the long list of satisfied clients who have chosen